The Flame Alphabet, 2012, by Ben Marcus, is a dystopian novel set in a world where the speech of children becomes toxic and deadly, forcing humanity to grapple with how far it will go to protect itself from annihilation. The novel garnered significant acclaim from critics, though readers' responses were more mixed. A best-selling and award-winning author, Marcus is widely regarded as one of the most gifted writers of the 21st century, known for his intellectual explorations and challenges to conventional thinking. He has also served as the head of the MFA writing program at Columbia University. In The Flame Alphabet, Marcus examines the breakdown of communication, the most essential human tool, arguing that humanity ceases to exist when we can no longer connect with our loved ones. He prompts readers to reflect on this notion and whether they agree with it. The novel can also be interpreted as a commentary on the necessity of bridging generational divides to maintain connections with both our elders and the youth, who represent the future of society. The story follows Samuel, who lives with his wife Claire and their daughter Esther. Despite his desire to be a good husband and father, Samuel struggles to navigate his responsibilities. He finds solace in Judaism and adheres closely to the guidance of his religious leaders. However, faith offers no protection against the terrifying epidemic sweeping through his town, where any child's speech poisons the adults nearby. Prolonged exposure renders adults mute, their faces withering until they ultimately perish. The children, untouched by this fate, continue to spread the lethal effects to others. In response to the crisis, the town's elders have decided to quarantine the children until they reach adulthood. Samuel is torn. He cannot bear the thought of leaving Esther behind in a medical facility where he may never see her again. Determined to find a genuine cure for the blight on language, he seeks assistance and blessings from his sect leaders. They provide him with an experimental medication, which unfortunately appears ineffective for Claire. However, Samuel notices that he seems to be responding positively to the treatment, as he does not exhibit the same weakening symptoms as Claire when around Esther. This experimental success gives Samuel a glimmer of hope that a universal cure may eventually be discovered. Claire, frustrated by her inability to spend time with Esther, grapples with the inexplicable disparity in their responses to the treatment, unable to understand why it works for Samuel but not for her. When the authorities arrive to take Esther away, Claire stands firm against their demands, but they take her regardless. Determined to reunite with her, Claire vows to pursue her daughter. Meanwhile, Samuel contemplates why he alone seems to respond to the experimental treatment while Claire does not. He resolves to visit a research center where scientists can analyze his blood. At the facility, he meets Dr. Labov, who cautions Samuel about the dire situation. Language itself has become toxic, threatening to render both adults and children mute. Without a swift discovery of a cure, the world risks descending into silence. Samuel volunteers to be a research subject, but as weeks turn into months with minimal progress, his longing to see Claire and Esther grows. The scientists, however, refuse to let him leave, fearing the loss of his unique antibodies. Frustrated and feeling increasingly powerless, Samuel attempts to escape, but Labov captures him. To ensure his compliance, Labov threatens to make Claire a test subject if Samuel does not follow their orders. In a desperate bid for a chance to see Claire again, Samuel pretends to be cooperative. As trust builds, the scientists allow Claire to visit, giving Samuel a rare opportunity to be alone with her. Aware that this might be their only chance to escape, he persuades Claire to flee with him. In the chaos of their escape, Samuel loses sight of Claire on the way out of the facility and realizes he cannot go back. He heads to a secluded cabin in the woods, a place he promised they would meet if separated. Waiting for Claire's return, he grows increasingly anxious when she does not appear. Utilizing this time, he begins experimenting on his own blood, striving to find a cure for the language sickness. After weeks of refining his formula, Samuel believes he has succeeded. With newfound determination, he leaves the cabin and infiltrates the research facility to break Esther out. Unfortunately, the scientists quickly recapture her, and with Claire still missing, Samuel feels lost. In his despair, he sets up a religious shrine and devotes himself to Judaism, praying that Esther possesses the intelligence and strength to find her way back to him if she manages to escape on her own. Resigned to the uncertainty of his situation, Samuel accepts that his life is on hold until his family returns. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.